For deepwater smallmouths in fall, I like to think about it like this: slow, medium, and fast. The bottom line is you are fishing in deep water, so you need a bait that can get to the bottom in a hurry in depths from anywhere from 25 to as deep as 40 foot of water and stay in the fish zone. That means crankbaits are out and lead is in. On the slow side of the presentation spectrum, you can't beat a #1 VMC spin shot hook with a 2 to 3 foot drop line and a 1/2 ounce drop shot weight. I rely on baits like the Big Bite jointed jerk minnow, but you have to experiment with plastics. Now, as far as a medium tempo presentation, a heavy jig and plastic stitched across the bottom can produce big fish bites. A Terminator Football Jig, the VMC swinging rugby head, or a spin jig are all great options. A 5-inch Big Bite suicide shad or a jerk minnow is an awesome trailer on any of these presentations. Finally, the most aggressive of the presentations in fall is the Jigging Wrap. Need I say more? The cat is fully out of the bag on how effective this lure is anytime the fish are deep. Jigging Wrap produces another great big one. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Man.
You know, we've been fishing with a variety of different techniques, and this is one, I'm telling you, over the last couple of years that I've been fishing a lot. Once you get into this cold water, and it's a Jigging Wrap. I tell you one thing, in this time of the year for fishing deep water, I mean, very, very few baits are as efficient, particularly as you get in windier conditions, because you can keep the bait on the bottom no matter what the conditions are. Come here, buddy. Oh, come here. This guy's not hooked very well, and I gotta get him in, otherwise I'm gonna lose him very, very quickly. Come here, buddy. Come here. There we go. But it's a Jigging Wrap. You can see I actually had him in there, just that tail hook. Another beautiful bass. Look at that thing, just a tank. But as what I was saying, you know, we have been fishing a variety of different bait presentations. I've caught a number of fish on the drop shot rig, which is a really very, very slow finesse fishing, bottom fishing. It's sitting in front of the fish for a long period of time. Al's been fishing more or less a horizontal bait, you know, the spin jig with a large boot tail grub on it, or a suicide shad. In each presentation, it has its own strengths and attributes, you know what I mean? Where the Jigging Wrap is like popping up and down erratically. The finesse bait or the drop shot rig is just sitting there like this, and then the horizontal bait is sort of swimming like this. And it's interesting when you go out and fish throughout the course of the day, certain baits on certain spots will produce more than others will. So you're experimenting with a variety of different presentations. You know, anytime we go out in the water, rarely are we fishing just one technique. You have a variety of different techniques, and you're experimenting with them, you know, throughout the course of the day.
Got him on a bladed bait. Yeah, see what size I got here. Nice one, nice one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. Really mixing it up a little bit, ain't we? As far as Jimmy was sitting on, he had that fish 3 times. You know, when I was swimming. Whoa, oh, hang on. I gotta get.
Oh, there you go. That's a pretty one.
Well, he chunked that thing good, Jim. Look at that. Huh? I'm throwing these. Jimmy's finessing them, and he's getting more bites than I am. But I said I'm looking for a big fish. So I got the spin jig on, and I also got a swinging rugby on the other one with a suicide shad on the back of that one. But these are, yeah, you know, them big smallmouth like baits like this too. And this time of the year, we're talking about the 2 extremes. There's times in the lakes that we fish up here, there's a minnow called a red tail chub, and it's a river bait. And a lot of the smallmouth fishermen, when the water gets cold like this, really do good with it. And the bigger the bait, the more big smallmouths they get. That's why I'm throwing this big sucker like this. And this time of the year, you can get some real monsters on it. Day in and day out, the drop shot, as far as smallmouth go, you're always going to get bit. But when I'm looking for a big donkey, and it's working, Jimmy.